Hey folks, welcome back to another episode, special edition, I guess Godzilla, what is it, August already? Godzilla August 2020 Part 2. And we got a Skullcrawler. I'm joined once again by Mr. Derek himself, the Godzilla Encyclopedia of Central Texas. And I mean, there's a lot of Godzilla encyclopedias, but you're probably the most talented one, I'd say.
Wow, you shouldn't have.
Well, we're going to open them up with our special. This is from the new Godzilla vs. Kong. Let's actually take a look at the package first. Faux pas. And it looks very similar to what I showed with the Kong figure on one of the earlier reviews. He's got a heave with him. Hollow Earth anti-gravity vehicle. Spoiler, huh?
Heave? Oh,
it's called a heave. Heave-ho.
Oh, no.
This is painted a little bit differently from what we get. I do like this version of it. What's cool about the Skullcrawlers is they got that effect where they look like a skull, but they got little, skin eyes. Mm-hmm. The most dangerous super species on Skull Island, the ferocious Skullcrawler attacks with razor-sharp claws and a whiplash tail to dominate opponents in battle. Okay, so once again, to show you what's on the back. I've already seen some of these Godzilla in the store, the radio tower one and the heat ray Godzilla. I'm drawn more to the heat ray Godzilla because it's got translucent plastic in the dorsal fins. And I still haven't seen Warbat. In the stores, I've actually only saw one of these and the rest were Kongs. They've been filling us up with a lot of Kongs and Godzillas. So I guess they figure most people are going to want those. So the side characters they made less of, or they gave us less. There you go. What was I saying? There like characters like your other kaiju. They're making less of and focusing on the main characters in the movie. And what kid doesn't want a Godzilla and a Kong? So that's why you get two Kong with a fighter jet, which I actually have not seen, and he has the closed mouth, and the Kong with the battle axe, which I have, and I will compare this to. But let's take a look at this figure first, Derek. Let's get his little tail out. This is by Playmates, by the way. The box made a fart noise. And just got to pry these guys out. Here's the heave. Heave-ho. I'm gonna mispronounce Skullcrawlers.
How can you mispronounce
Schoolcrawler.
School. Oh, he goes to school. Okay.
Skullcrawler.
He crawls around in school.
Yeah, Skullcrawler.
Well, not like that.
So, oddly enough, he's like a Negatoy, where you have to attach the tail. And not a lot of detail. I mean, I do like the Jurassic Park effect. But let's put it on there. It's made out of this kind of gummy, not gummy, but pliable vinyl-like plastic here. And this is a harder plastic. I hope I didn't do damage. All right. And we got that on there. It's, I guess cool. I'm not too impressed with the paint job, I'll say. His face is not painted the way I want it. It doesn't look a lot like the way it's depicted in the back of the box. He's looking more like Rodan for some reason. It's looking more like a beak. But for a $10 figure, it's good to have a representation of yet another kaiju. It's interesting. This looks like something that would have been imagined for like a Gamera villain, in my opinion. But this is, I guess we're going to see more of this Monsterverse Skullcrawler in the movie. The hands are the claws are pretty bendy, but this is hard. No, this is also bendy on the top too. It's just the top portion that's hard right there. This whole body there. And the jaw is a little askew here.
Oh, does he have the crooked jaw syndrome?
Yeah, but I just fixed it right now. You just kind of shift it back in there. But it's a nice, neat little toy, though. and it stands with the balance of this tail. It's pretty big for what it is. Here, check it out while I bust out the heave here and show you.
Bust out the heave.
The heave, which is supposed to go into, what's it called? The underground, whatever. The hollow earth. When you go inside the hollow earth, this thing probably just floats around slowly like in the movie Inner Space. And I am, while you do that, I'm going to bust out some other legendary characters to compare it with. Now here's your 6-inch Kong that I showed the other day. Still a great figure with his battle damage. And his battle axe. Okay, so here's your Kong here. Now I'm gonna also bust out. Who was it? Was it Jack's Pacific, or this was when they did this Kong Skull Island? I can't remember if it was Jack's Pacific or Lannard. I think it was Lannard that did the Kong Skull Island. Who does Leonard did not Leonard but Leonard, but the spider from the Leonard line, whatever it's called, the Skull Island spider, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's bring out the Jack's Pacific King of the Monsters Ghidorah, which is definitely not in scale, but I don't know, semi-passable. Look, he's like consoling Kong. There.
We can't all be in scale.
It's funny, the only movable head is on this one is the Kevin head.
Oh, wow, you know about that.
Oh, dude.
The Kevin.
I hope we see a Kevin comeback. What if they make a Mecha Ghidorah and the only actual head on there that survives is the Kevin head?
Is the Kevin head? Mecha
McKevin. And Rodan. It looks like Rodan. That looks like he's like what do you call those guys? Like a flash. He looks like a flasher. Like he's, hey, look at that.
Oh no.
So I guess Rodan is a good height for this if you want to integrate your figures. I'm not sure if we're going to see a Rodan or Ghidorah in the line, but it's pretty cool to have a MonsterVerse collection here. And now we can add a goddamn Skullcrawler over here. And I don't know if they're going to be this big either, because they're a little bit smaller in the movie. I want to get one of those let me look to see if there's actually some sort of little stamp on here. It doesn't indicate the company, the brand, but I missed out on some of those because I didn't want to buy the motorcycles with them and helicopters, and then you get a cool kaiju and then some generic army soldier. I'm not all about that. I just want the which is cool about these Playmates figures, that you're going to pay $10 and you don't have to worry about getting some extra accessory like, well, I mean, this did come with a heave, but you're not going to get like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson 3 3/4 inch figure like with the George figure from Rampage. But Kong Skull Island had a bunch of that, and I think that was why those toys weren't selling. Because really, I mean, a G.I. Joe sized figure with bad articulation and a motorcycle plus a cool kaiju. No, you just want the kaijus. Give us they should have given us a lot of skull crawlers. But it goes pretty well with it. I'm digging it. It's 6-inch scale, so it's going to go well with all my other Bandai figures and my Nika NECA figures. Derek, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, as I was holding the Skullcrawler for a little bit, I noticed that his left, I believe, his left leg is a little different than the right one.
Oh.
you have him so that I guess that's the only way he'll stand, but he looks defeated. And now you're petting him.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks defeated.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of posability for what it is.
Yeah. Um. Uh,
You make him stand a little bit taller.
yeah. There you go.
It is going to take up a lot of shelf space with that tail, though. That's the problem with the Godzilla figures that I got. The tails always take up a lot of space, so you have to squeeze all the tails in together and try to get the ones that don't have a lot of tail room and put them in between. But then you get ones with big ass like wings. Kong is, doesn't take up too much space in your collection, but if it, I mean, this to me, the Kong is a must-have. This is a not a must-have, but
Not as. Yeah. I could see that. Because I mean, yeah, obviously the line is about Godzilla and Kong. Those are the two you're really gonna want.
these are great toys for kids, though. I mean, like this is Playmates. This is what you can do enough with the figures. You could put his jaw in Kong's hand too.
It looks like it's pretty fit for that. Pretty.
Yeah, it does. It
Although,
fits.
although in the movie, well, in Skull Island, his fist was in the.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and you could pull it back. That's a pretty cool little thing you do there. So yeah, I mean, this is as Playmate as it gets, and that's a good thing. Playmates is not always about having super detailed figures, but there's a lot of playability with them, and these are going to last a long time. There's a lot of durability with these figures. They're not going to break on you, and if they do, it's only like a $10 figure. Look at that. That's a nice little shot there. All gang up on Kong, right?
Yep.
So, all right. Well, while Rodan and Ghidorah just kind of watch. But this is a cool scenario. This almost looks like, classic Showa kind of style where you have these bunch of beasts and a random spider and just a random spider. But anyway, that's it, folks. I guess I'd recommend him if you want to complete your collection. It's not necessary. I bought him before I got the Godzilla because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a lot more. I'm still wanting to get Warbat, which looks pretty interesting. But I think the next figure that I do see, whether it's Godzilla or this Godzilla here, Radio Tower Godzilla or Heat Ray Godzilla, I'll probably be picking that up as well, just so I can do another comparison. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you on part 3, which I'm pretty excited for. And we're going to bust them out soon. So stay tuned for that. And take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later on.